Hey guys, it's Jonathan from Motorsports. Right next to me we have a car that I do not want to sell. Before we go all over this vehicle, please be sure to like and subscribe right below. Back to this vehicle, it's a 1981 Corvette with 15,000 original documented miles. So the guy that decided to do this build goes, I want to buy the perfect 81 Corvette with an L82 motor, so that's going to be the 4-barrel carburetor, made it to a 4-speed transmission. And then I'm going to put the baddest motor you can buy from GM, which is the GM all-aluminum 427 that sells for $28,000. On top of that, let's go ahead and throw another $30,000 in receipts to make this thing run perfect. May as well start off with the front end, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this open. And I want you to see how nice the fascia is. So obviously it has a two-tone retro style paint job, so light brown on top and dark brown on the bottom, and I love it. The wheels and tires are in excellent condition, and let's get to the most important part of this vehicle. You see that placard right there? So you only get this when you buy that $28,000 all-aluminum motor. So this produces 430 horsepower at 5,800 RPMs. Look at this beast. It's powered by a Holley MSD ignition, and then this is your serialization for this motor. So a number 156 out of 427. That means they only made 427 of these. It's also set up with a billet pulley system. So if you look at the front, you're gonna see that you've got your AC compressor there, which is polished as well. You've got your power steering, your alternator, which is polished, and then you've got your March reservoir for your steering. Pretty cool. We also have a giant V-Cool radiator that's electronically controlled. So I drove this thing about 55 miles over the weekend, and I got stuck in traffic, no issues at all. Also, an all-aluminum motor doesn't get hot as easy as those old school 427s. And let me tell you something, you could pull up next to a C6 Corvette, and they're not gonna know what hits them when you start rolling through the gears. It's exhilarating. Wait till you hear the sound. They also modified the hood so it would fit, because obviously this is a giant motor, and they did it like an L88. So if you look at the front fascia, they did it properly. Then you've got the mold going in. So say this had the bigger motor, which like I guess for this body style, you'd be at 454. That's the hood that you'd have on it. I'd rate the paint a 8 out of 10. And when I say 8 out of 10, I'm being very liberal. As we walk around it, I want you to look at all the body lines. Remember, it's a fiberglass body on a chassis underneath. And what we did is we took photos of it. And if you look at our gallery, you're gonna be able to see that. I'm gonna open up the door here. Look at the interior. This is how you know you have a 15,000 mile original car. Beautiful brown. It's like a saddle leather seats. You've got your 4-speed selector there, and that steering wheel is in excellent condition. All of your T-tops are in perfect condition as well, with no blistering. And then it has this pretty neat webbing here so that the sun stays off you. As you go to the rear quarter, look at how cool the breakup part is here. So I'm actually going to include a whole new set of these as well, just in case you ever want to do something with the car. If you ever get in a fender bender, you've got them. But look, you've got your beautiful light tan. It goes to a little bit of a darker light, and then to a brown, and then a metallic brown. That's just screaming 80s. The rear end is complemented by 2 MagnaFlow mufflers that dump out. So this has 3-inch exhaust all the way back from the motor, and it sounds impressive. All of your taillight bezels are in perfect condition, and the bumperette has no cracking or imperfections. When I open this up, you're gonna see how nice it is in here too. So the top half of this brown paint has been redone, and I have the receipts for that. You're gonna get a stack of receipts. And when I open this up, you don't need to run high octane, but we put 98 octane in it, but the motor itself will run on 92 because it's 10-to-1 compression. But I like the smell of race gas, so. Passenger side looks great. Your tires have 95% tread because they replaced those tires when they put that motor in, and this motor has less than 1,000 miles on it, so it was barely broken in. I'm gonna open up the passenger side for you. Take a look at how nice the door cards are, and then those power windows have been upgraded so that they spin up super fast. Dash is in excellent condition, and then I'm gonna jump in there and fire it up for you. Oh yeah, front fender. It looks just like the other side. All right, I'm inside the cabin right now. I'm gonna push the clutch in and not give it any gas. I'm gonna go to the back so you can hear this thing. It's ridiculous. 75 pounds of oil pressure. give me any lowball offers, I'm not giving it to you. Inside the cabin of the 81 Corvette right now. I want you to take a look at it. Looks brand new because it has 15,000 miles. What I was talking about with those sun visors is these are like these 3M adhesive pieces that come off very easily, and they protect the sun and they protect your head from the heat, even though these are tinted. To remove them, all you do is pull this latch down, and then there's another one on the other side as well, and that you can remove them. Look at, I mean, when you start to look at all the details, it's pretty impressive. This is coming with all the documentation from when it was purchased, the original purchase order, the build sheet documents, and then when you go through the dash here, you're gonna have your speedometer that's showing 15,233 miles. You've got your RPM gauge, your telescopic wheel. I like it right there. You got your temperature gauge. It's at 180. We were doing some shots with the vehicle earlier. And then the fuel gauge, it works, but I think it's reading a little bit over because we filled it up with about 20 gallons and it's going past the F right now. You've got an oil temp gauge right there, your oil pressure gauge, and then your voltage. Let me go ahead and fire it off. So the emergency brake works as it should. And look at how nice that shifter is, your 4-speed selector. You got your AC controls here because it does have vintage air, which took the place of the original air conditioned system. You can hear the electric fans kicking on. You ready? It's so hard for me to make this video because I don't want to sell it, but I'm forced to. We're going to go into reverse, so you're going to go pull up and then put it into the forward position. Oh, let's have some fun. So we're going to turn right onto Ravenswood, then I'm going to just drive it normally so you can see how it feels. So this motor produces max torque at 4,400 RPMs. Steering, suspension, it's got Gymkhana suspension, not like the Ken Block style. It has upgraded sway bars, springs, and shocks. That was the package. So that'd be like the Z51 package of today. But listen to the motor. I'm not even touching it right now. It's so smooth. I'm gonna put the window up a little bit and watch how fast this thing goes up. Woo! I'm gonna keep it up so you guys can hear the car. Right now we're in 3rd gear with no issues at all. We're not having any rattles. You can go in 4th gear and it's super smooth. The clutch is not slipping. Look at the shifter, it's not shaking. What I'm gonna do is, we can fast forward right now, and I'm gonna turn right here and we'll blast it down the road. Brakes are even. We are in 1st gear right now, and we've got an open road here. You ready for the thunder? Yeah, I don't want to sell it. It's not for sale. Oh man, the shifts are just like perfect. Steering is firm. Sounds really good. I don't want to go over there because they're cutting concrete. Let me turn around. All right, we're turning right onto Ravenswood Road right now. Let's let this motor eat. Woo! Yeah, we ain't selling this thing. I don't want to sell it anymore. This thing is ridiculous. It's like, you pull up next to a C6, they're not stopping you. This thing rips. It's like, give me more gasoline. We're only going to... Oh, and brakes are even. Nice and, I mean, no hands here. Suspension feels good. If you guys have any questions about this car, give us a call, 954-363-2261. I don't know what else to say other than let's go for another rip. Let's go ahead and we'll downshift here. And we'll go from a second gear roll so you can see how the power band is, and I'll shift it at like 5,000 RPMs. Look at our temperature, 180 degrees. We've been beating it up pretty good with no issues at all. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it in and we're gonna start off in second gear here. You ready? So we're at 2 grand. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's why you buy a car like this, to put smiles on your face. Nasty. I know I keep saying I don't want to sell it, but I have to. I'm getting married, and we're going to look at wedding venues this weekend, so unfortunately, I'm not going to let it go for a cheap price, but this is definitely a one-of-a-kind machine. Give us a call if you have any questions, 954-363-2261. Have a great day.